really positive religious and spiritual lyrics.
Right.
It really makes it exciting to listen to. So my question was, what are some of your views on religion and spirituality, so we can know where you're coming from with those types of songs?
I was raised Catholic. Church never really did much for me. I like people singing, that's about it. Even though I was raised in faith, I didn't really believe in faith. So I sort of had to find my own version of it. And as far as I'm concerned, this is my own personal opinion. Religious division is really, I understand why people believe in something specific, but at the end of the day, to try to make God like man or woman is a mistake.
You know, like, your lyrics are so positive, so like it seems like you are really putting your honest self into those types of lyrics. Like, where does that come from? Like your real enthusiasm for those types of lyrics?
Well, I have enthusiasm for God because the only way I can figure it is that there's got to be some sort of organizing principle in the universe. Because if you don't believe in an organizing principle in the universe, basically, then life is amoral. If you don't believe that there's some sort of higher judgment, then what would be the point of living with a moral compass? If we all live in clans like we used to, 10,000 years ago, when it would be my clan versus your clan, and you got the food this year, where we're going to come up and cut all your heads because we need to fuck with food. And I think any kind of division of man, woman, humanity is not of God. So when I look at a political situation or I look at a social situation, and where I see injustice, I see it from the perspective of moral order. So you could, like they say, sanity, and I'm paraphrasing, sanity is the ability to hold two contradictory ideas at the same time. So I can think somebody's an idiot or misguided, and I can still love them as a brother and sister. It doesn't mean I have to give all my money to them out of guilt, and it doesn't mean I have to let them come into my house and take whatever they want. So if you don't have a moral compass, then what do you have? You have someone else, man or woman, telling you what morality is, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Because history has shown, give a man or a woman too much power and they'll abuse it. Look at my profession. You see constantly where people abuse their power. You got people running around committing crimes that 50 years ago would have canceled out their career. Goodbye. And now they're almost celebrated because of how they've survived something immoral without true atonement. Now that's not for me to judge. And if the public decides to accept and forgive that person, that's between them and the artist. So I can respect somebody and at the same time not judge them in the same perspective I would judge spiritually, but I can judge and say that's wrong. And I think that's what's really difficult right now about what we're going through in the world is we see constant challenges of our own inner morality. We have the U.S. government freaking out about something as horrific as a school shooting, and we should. And then yet, there's how many kids have been killed in drone strikes? Why are we not marching in the streets saying, no, this is not right? How can we have a shifting morality? That's my point. So when you say, where does this come from? It comes from my own heart, which is, that's wrong. That's wrong. Last night, Mike ended up having dinner with us because Gio saw him running down the street because he was trying to chase a dog that was stuck in traffic. That's because Mike's a good person and he cares about animals. No one had to tell him, hey, go do that. His own heart told him, that's what I need to do. That's morality. And I think, to sort of cycle it back to something more apparent, that's what this band's about. It stands as something different than the same fucking shit over and over and over again, and it's crammed down the public's throat as being somehow different, and it's not. So we can exist as a business. Like, we love this opportunity. We thank you for coming and helping us in that way. And we hope we give something back that's exchanged. There's nothing wrong with this. And the kids who didn't want to pay, the people who didn't want to pay, well, they'll come to that show. If they didn't want to pay, they can go on the internet and listen to it for free. We don't care at that way. That's what it means to run a moral business. The old record business is, how do I exploit you? Billy, James, Darcy, Jimmy. Oh, don't need you anymore? Goodbye. See you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Rachel, do you want to ask a question?
Sure. I heard that you are writing a memoir. So I heard you're writing